Artistic Director at the Wexford Arts Centre. He's a partner in Works Publishing. He's writing since he was aged about 9. He stopped writing for about 10 years, and then he started writing again when he started running workshops in Wexford. He's been published in magazines and he's been published in anthologies. He was recently published in Poetry Ireland. He won the first Francis Ledwidge Award with his Festina. He's been published in various anthologies, and recently he read at the Winding Stair for Poetry Ireland. It's a pleasure to introduce in Wexford, Denis Collins.
Well, I suppose we should start with that Poetry Ireland poem because it's nice and short. It can be adapted to any location that has a town that begins with an appropriate initial. So Wexford works, Tralee, and other towns. I just can't think of any other at the moment. It's called Every Letter Counts, and it's dedicated to Pat Inglesby because the poem, one of those poems Pat Inglesby would have written if he had thought of it. He writes those kind of poems. If Wexford had the dart, it'd be called the Wart. God help Fermanagh. And we'll try going from the very short to the very long. And I don't usually write poems this long. This is a big, big, long poem. And it's the one that Sean mentioned that won the traditional section in the Ledwidge competition. It's called A Festina for You. I have seen the glorious days of spring and felt the challenge of the morning sun that falls across your white and tender skin. I have touched your lips with a gentle love, more gentle than the velvet of your eyes, more gentle still than all your precious dreams. And this true love could fill your nightly dreams with thoughts more clear than any sparkling spring. 'Tis then that I would open up your eyes and force your stare to dwell upon the sun, to wear the image of your former love, clean from your heart and from your soft, soft skin. Remember now the feel of his fair skin, dispel that fondness to the world of dreams. Such memory is but a trick of love that fools each one of us, and then does spring to torture us under the summer sun, till we have burning hurt instead of eyes. Then think you carefully upon my eyes, recall when I alone could touch your skin, when I alone was your luminous sun. Were those times real, or did you think, he dreams too much, his passion like a coiled spring will break and then strike out against my love? Is it wrong that I should feel so much, love so much, that I can't look into your eyes without rage, rage that knows no cooling spring, that lets no calming air rest on my skin, knows only the torment of winter dreams and the blazing light of the summer sun? Love me again as you did in the sun, with all the joy, the anger and the love, with thirsty cries of passion and with dreams of life forever. Damn his perfect eyes, bite into my pale flesh and tear my skin, draw blood and mock the freshness of his spring. Come into the sun, uncover your eyes, reject his pallid love and softest skin, dream again our dreams, banish him to spring. This poem is called My Name, and it should be written, against a long poem, which is kind of unusual, but it's a skinny long poem. And it should be read in the accent of wherever you come from, kind of a genuine accent. It should definitely not be read in a kind of a mid-Atlantic RTE type accent, but a kind of an ordinary accent from wherever you come from. So whether that's a Wexford accent or a Dublin accent, it doesn't really matter. It could be a Cork accent or a Donegal accent, but it's definitely a local accent. I had a boyfriend once, she said, who opened bottles with his teeth and had my name tattooed on his shoulder. He was really kind to me and only hit me when I deserved it, and he stood by me when I was pregnant on Darren. Of course, I didn't much like the way he beat up Jimmy, my new bloke, when he got out of the joy. And me man doesn't talk to me, not since he tried it on with her at my Damien's christening party. I'll never forgive him for taking the child's communion money, never mind spending it on that bitch from Sally Noggin. The one, you know, who only ever drinks Ritz. But still, he can open bottles with his teeth, and it is my name he has tattooed on his shoulder. Let me see now. Yeah, I was driving in earlier on past Booterstown Strand, and when I lived in Dublin for a while and I was going to college, I used to pass by Bruce, I used to walk from Brucestown station up to UCD almost every day. And it was a very, very beautiful place. And I always get annoyed when people talk about building stuff on places as beautiful as both Brucestown Strand and Brucestown Bird Sanctuary. And I have a bet on with somebody that in a certain number of years' time they'll eventually build a skyscraper on Stephen's Green. I think that's what happens in big cities. You build on every bit of green until there's no green left. So this is called Sanctuary. I'm flying, she said, home to Germany, but I'd like to see you again and walk on Brucestown Strand one more time before they cover it with concrete and cars and bury all trace of hopping birds and windswept lovers. That's probably going to happen soon, I reckon. The talk is of earthships and digging deep into the Colorado hills to shelter in the warm earth, and the explorer pushes west from New Jersey in his old pickup. The family waits for news, watching the leaves turn and drop red-brown into the yard, while his father makes another hole-in-one, golfing